I've decided to try something different today. Been thinking about the whole farmer's carry implement training with the handles, thinking about the loading, thinking about distance, thinking about all those sorts of things. And then I came to realization that weight is weight. Whether you have it in your hands, on your back, on your freaking head, or wherever else, zerches, weight is weight. And at a certain point, you have to realize that holding weight on your skeletal system is the name of the game here. How you achieve that is up to you. Today, I had thoughts about doing a farmer's carry. 2 houses away from me, they've got a demolition going on. They've knocked the house down with a big freaking crane and all this sort of stuff is going on there. Dust everywhere, asbestos everywhere. I don't know if you, in your part of the world, you have a material called asbestos. Not very good for you. Do I trust they did the right thing and they got rid of the stuff before they demolished it? I'm not 100% sure. I'm not gonna put my health at risk. So the last thing I wanna do is do farmer's carry in a cloud of dust with God knows what in it. For those of you who don't know what asbestosis is, it's basically, I think it's like a fine fiber. So fine that it can basically get lodged into your lungs, into your tissues. You get all sorts of stuff. Mesothelioma is a disease process that comes from it. It's basically like cancer. It's not very good stuff at all. But so I had the garage door down today, warmed up, and I thought to myself, you know, if I'm thinking about weight and I'm thinking about carrying a weight for a certain amount of time, why am I sticking with these sets of 5 as a minimum every day? Right, so every third day I take the 180 for 10 plus reps, as much as I can. But then on the 2 other days, I'm doing 140, and then the other day 160 for a set of 5. That's kind of where the journey started with this thing. I wanted to hit 5s, and one of those days was gonna push hard, and one of those days now is 10 plus. So then I thought, why don't I use the other days for a 10 plus set as well? But then I thought, oh shit, 160 for a set of 10 is gonna be tough. As in, it's gonna be taking some points away from the 180 day. So then I thought, okay, why don't I drop the weight down by 20 kilos for each of those other days, and I double the reps. Started using the calculator, and I quickly realized that it's not a fair trade. I'm still getting more tonnage with this new setup. So I thought, okay, it's gonna be a new tonnage, but let me give it a shot. So today's the first day of the 3, so this is the lightest day of squatting. So I went 120 for a set of 10, and then tomorrow I'll do 140 for a set of 10. That's probably gonna be a good pump. Will this affect the 180 kilo day? It probably will. I'm gonna stick with the 120 and the 140, and maybe I'll need to readjust it in the next few weeks. But I keep thinking to myself, okay, 20 is the rep range that I want to get with the 180. If I start working with 5s for 66% of my time, which is 2 out of 3 days, it seems like it's very far away of what I'm trying to do. So why don't I focus on the reps, even on the off days, focus on getting at least 10 reps. I thought about, why don't I work with 20, right? Work with sets of 20, so then I'm really dropping the weight back, and then just getting the reps in, right? So I could probably use 80 kilos and let's say 100 kilos for sets of 20 on the 2 other days. So that might be what I'm heading into. But the trouble with this is that there's a tendency of my mind thinking to myself that I need to stay in proximity of heavy weight to feel good with heavy weight. Make no mistake about it, 180 is still a very heavy weight, and it's heavy. And so when I hit 160 on the day before, I kind of feel like I'm in the striking range of the 180, and I kind of have that central nervous system recognize the weight. So this is why I didn't want to go to 20s on the off days. I think 10s is a good compromise. It's in between, right in the middle. So the 20s is not too far away. The weight is not too far away. So maybe this is going to be a good thing for me. I did the 120 today, and I felt the pump. I definitely felt the pump, and tomorrow I'm probably going to feel an even bigger pump. But another thought that popped into my mind was like, okay, so what do I know about recovery? The farmer's carry murdered my central nervous system because it's just so freaking taxing, so much weight. But if I do less weight and more repetitions, I've had positive experiences with that in terms of recovery. You're kind of washing your muscle. It's like a washout. The tension is not crazy, but the volume, like the reps are high, so you get circulation. So I'm kind of hoping that this is going to be that, and it's going to enhance my recovery. But let's see. I could be screwing myself up here again, 2 weeks in a row. But this all kind of came from the idea of, farmer's carry is not going to be available every single day well, now the house is being knocked down. But there's going to be days where it's raining, heading into the winter. So this is the thing, another freaking element of training. You have to be, the exercises you pick need to be reliable. You don't want to be, oh, well, today's supposed to be farmer's carry, but it's raining, so I can't. So I don't like that aspect of it. I still want to hit it. It's still on my mind, but maybe there's other ways. So maybe these sets of 10 are going to be a positive thing for me. I'm not sure. I certainly do hope, but until you try, you won't know. So 120 for 10 today, 140 for 10 tomorrow, and then let's see how I go. Theoretically speaking, if it's too heavy and 180 starts to become a problem, I can still stick with 10s on the off days, but I have to drop the weight a little bit. So still get the repetitions at a weight that doesn't tax me too much. So the body kind of is like, okay, every single day, this is what we're doing. This is the energy system we're building up. So it's like every single day, there's like a little bit of hypertrophy happening, and then huge hypertrophy on day 3, and then a little bit, and then huge. I don't know. The whole thought process was some 3 months ago was, okay, I want to start with, I'm done with singles. That's been put to bed. Let's do 5s. And I did 5s for a little bit, and I got really comfortable with it, and now I'm kind of on my good day hitting 10 plus, and I'm like, okay, when I first started, it was 5s on days off and 5s on the hard day. It was weight, really, really heavy. Now I'm so freaking far away from the 5s that maybe I should be thinking as the war day should be the pace setter, the pacemaker. So whatever I get on that day, on the hard day, should be the repetitions I'm chasing on the other days with the weight adjustment. Maybe I should be working with 12s instead of 10s. Hit 12 every single time, and just adjust the weight so you don't die with it. That's another thought that kind of makes sense to me. The point is, you don't want to be working hard every day. That has to be a focus. That has to be a priority. You can't be working your ass off every single day, because then everything's going to suffer. So today was a bit of a pump. The core felt strong. The core wasn't impacted at all. It was all quads, which is something that's kind of been an experience that I've had before. I'll lighten the load at 50% or thereabouts, and I do high reps, the quads get lit up, the core's laughing. So for me, it seems like it's all weight dependent. And for too long, I've been working with very, very, very heavy weight, and it's all core, and the legs are not getting anything. So maybe this is a nice little setup. I'll have to try it. Let's see what happens. Anyway, guys, appreciate you like always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.